It's amazing how, salespeople kind of just, they cross their fingers and they use hope as a sales strategy. And last time I checked, hope is not a strategy. And to me, because of the fact that they're not taking that time, not just to qualify, but to disqualify, the worst thing, and what managers, they look at their salespeople, they might even look at a good salesperson and say, why aren't they performing? Well, if a good salesperson is focusing on the wrong prospects and following up on the wrong prospects all day long, they're not focusing on the right ones. And then we wonder why people aren't performing. Sometimes it's not skill or will. Sometimes it's just their focus is on the wrong prospects that will never, ever buy.
Yeah.
So salespeople need to, and this really does speak to another area where leaders need to uncover how to coach the inner game. And this is how I coach coaches on how to do this is how do you coach fear? How do you coach fear? You ask a manager, they have no idea. They'll just be like, just get through it. You can do this. Just keep going. No. So today, a lot of salespeople are driven by fear. And if you're driven by fear, is you're making it about you and you're no longer making it about the prospect and the value you can deliver.
And if you focus on that, you're going to be a lot better off. So, moving into kind of what we typically do, our kudos to the industry round, but a little bit more around what you think people should be focusing on. So, what are three essential coaching techniques every sales manager should master? We've talked a lot about care, but if you have like some hard hitting points here.
Absolutely. Number one, master the 60-second coaching strategy. Number two, focus on being present. That starts with waking up in the morning. I'm wired just like salespeople and managers. That's why I get along with them so well. I'll go to sleep with a thought and wake up with that same thought and just start my day. No, that puts you in a state of reaction. I implore people to develop a healthy routine in the morning. What people don't realize is they already have a routine. It may not be healthy though. Okay. So when I'm working with leaders, I would ask them, what could you do that would give you a sense of peace and focus and unclutter your mind so you can start your day. And I would hear things like work out, exercise, read the Bible, meditate, um, play with my kids, get them ready for school, take the dog for a walk, have breakfast with my spouse or significant other. And I would ask them, well, do you have these things woven into your morning routine? And typically I hear, well, sometimes intermittently. Okay. Well, I think we're missing out on the consistency, right? Because if I could work out one day a month, gosh, I would save so much time. Okay.
Yeah.
Won't get the results, but we need consistency. So I can share what my personal routine is every morning to give people an idea is as soon as I open my eyes, I do 5 minutes of gratitude. And my dear friend actually taught me this, who's a yoga instructor and also she had recovered from cancer. And 5 minutes, I open my eyes and I say, thank you, God, and whatever religion, whatever God you pray to, thank you, God, for my beautiful, healthy life. Thank you, God, for my three beautiful, healthy children. Thank you, God, for this house. Thank you, God, for my eyes to see. And you're also talking about someone who lost 70% of their vision several years ago. Uh, Thank you, God, for my legs to walk. We often don't appreciate these things until they're taken away from us. And I do that sense of gratitude. And then I'll go into my office before I get my tea or coffee, and I'll just sit like I'm sitting now. And you can't see, but right now there's windows right here. And I would sit and I would start looking out the window. And then I would shut my eyes. And, people can call it meditation what you want, but I just do deep breathing, 10 to 20 deep breaths in through my nose, out through my mouth. And it's amazing. By the time I'm at about 10, my head is already clear. And that's when I'm ready to start my day. And I'll always know when I didn't do my morning ritual, when in the middle of the day, why do I feel off?
Yeah.
Self care is non negotiable. You cannot take care of others unless you take care of yourself.
Yeah, mine's gym and a podcast. Those are my non-negotiables in the morning. What are a couple either leaders or organizations that you think are doing innovative coaching
Oh,
and
wow.
leadership practices?
Oh, wow. I can get in trouble with this one. I don't know.
All right, you don't have to name names.